Daily Broadside, day 623. I respect no martial art that breaks boards or blocks or anything else. That's child's play, and only children should do it because that's not really conducive to anything. Okay. Balsa wood spaced 4 inches apart using gravity and everything else is really not going to improve anything of your physical prowess. And I will say this: you ever ride down the street and you'll see like some ratchet ass couch sitting outside somebody's house, and you want to pull over and be like, was that in your house recently? Because, man, y'all got some nasty furniture. If so, couches are disposable. And I say that because I hate throwing stuff in the landfill, you know. I just soon burn it like I'm a West Virginia fan, you know, just out in the yard, I guess. Just really just redneck it up, you know. But nevertheless, I'm kidding. But or am I? I guess we don't know, do we? But no, like you know, you have to get new couches every once in a while. You can't just use a couch till it's just a threadbare piece of crap that you have to throw a sheet over just to hide the disgrace. Now, I'm excounting. I don't know what word that is. I don't know what I was trying to say. I'm discounting. I'm excising. I don't know what I was just trying to say, but I'm excluding. That's what I meant to say. I don't know where that came from, but I'm excluding the fact that these little cats that y'all have in your house that just scratch the like treat your couch couch just a little portmanteau. I'm just making up words today. I'm discounting the fact that, and am I discounting or am I excluding? I'm discluding. I don't know. I'm counting. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're just playing with words today. We're just having a ball, you know. But no, I'm taking away the fact that if you have a cat and it treats your cat. See what I said it again? This is insane. I won't. I'm just glad I do these in one shot because I can't redo this if I tried. But I'm taking away the fact that your cat uses your couch like a scratching post. That's a grounds for beating a cat or selling it or throwing it out in a box out by the mailbox and saying free, you know. But anyway, you know, couches just wear out because humans, you know, and I don't even use my couch that much. I mean, guests sit on my couch. I've got a chair I sit in that you know, it just suits me just fine. I might sit on that couch like once every 3 months. So couches for me, they last quite a while because I don't like a lot of guests. You know, their guests come sporadically. You know what I mean? I'll have like a guest splurge and then I won't. But we're not here to talk about guests. We're here to talk about sketches or couches or whatever I was trying to say earlier. But you got to get a new couch every once in a while. But you don't use these things the way these people are using these things. Because some of these couches out by the road, it's just beyond disgusting that was in your house. And I don't want to know. And it goes back to the whole thing. You go to a potluck supper. I can't talk today. I'm just going to go back to bed soon. But you go to a potluck dinner, dish, supper, whatever. You shouldn't be eating those people's food because that came out of the same kitchen that is right next to the living room that had that catch out by the road, if you know what I'm saying. So we got this boat that crashed into a bridge, and let me throw a little couple predictions here. Do I believe this was an attack? No, not necessarily, because if it was, it would be a really stupid attack because you targeted like 14 people, you know, like you would do that at like, you know, 4 o'clock and 4:30 in the afternoon when there's, you know, hundreds of people driving across that busy little bridge. I've been across that bridge, not on a train like Biden because there isn't one. But I will say this regarding Biden. He said yesterday that the federal government will be paying for the bridge. Now, I have several problems with this. One, I'm a taxpayer and I shouldn't be having to fund this I don't know what it costs to build a bridge. I don't remember how old that bridge is. I think I heard somebody say yesterday, but it's more than 10 years old, let's just say. And whatever it cost back then is probably 14 times more expensive now. So I have an issue with the multi millions of dollars that are going to go into, from my tax dollars, paying for a bridge that I don't think the federal government has any business paying for. Now, what is he doing? Oh, it's a political stunt, right? It's totally a political stunt because he botched East Palestine. He botched Maui. He botched that. I think there was another bridge collapse like his first year. And I want to say it was like Indiana, Illinois, somewhere. Maybe it was Buttigieg's hometown. I don't remember. But somewhere north of me, I think. And he botched that because he doesn't visit. And when he does, he stays for like 11 minutes, gets back on his plane, and goes to Delaware for vacation for 40% of his presidency. But he comes out yesterday and says, "Oh, we're paying for this. We're not waiting for the company." Now, this is if I have it right, Maersk, Maersk. Now I can pronounce that word, but nothing else today worked. Maersk, I think, is the one who owns that, which I believe is the biggest like shipping conglomerate in the entire world, right? You've seen their ships; they're everywhere. And I'm thinking that you could probably lose one of those tankers with a company like that, and you know how it is with like large companies. They got a fleet of vehicles, and they're like, didn't we have a Ford Focus? Like what? And you just like a car dealership. They lose cars on occasion because they got so many cars and so many keys and people coming in there and going in there and blah, blah, blah. And they lose a car and they're like, where's that Ford Taurus we had last week? It's Fargo. They just, somebody steals it or goes off with it or whatever. You could lose a tanker ship, or not a tanker, but a cargo ship like that because you got so many in your fleet. It would be a drop in the bucket for them to fix that bridge for what they make. After they ripped everybody off in COVID by upping the whole shipping rates because of all the, what they call it? I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head. Supply chain issues, which was a farce. But here's the thing, right? Like if I go out in my truck and I'm driving around and crash into a bridge and it makes the whole suspension system break and everything falls into the river and I cause death and dismemberment to a bunch of construction workers that sadly lost their lives. It's just too bad that wasn't in July because then they could kind of have a chance. But freezing waters, you got about 20, 30 seconds before your body shuts down to conserve energy, and then you can't swim anymore and you just drown. So those dudes, they call off that search pretty quickly if it was indeed freezing waters. But I digress. We're not here to talk about the sad deaths of those workers. But if I do that, then, Allstate, Farm Bureau, State Farm, they're going to get a call and they're like, hey, your person that you insure just drove into a bridge and crushed it, and now you owe us, $47 million, whatever. They would pay. The federal government's not going to call up and be like, what's that? You hit a deer? We'll have our adjustment come down there and just buy you a new car. Like, none of that has anything to do with the federal government. And I understand that they have to do with roads and highways and all that stuff, but if something, how long would it take an adjuster? I've had an adjuster come to my house before, I had one in high school. They met me at a hotel because I guess he was in town. And so I had to drive to a little motor lodge on the other side of town. He goes up there. Yep. You got some deer fur in your headlight. Whole hood's crushed in. Looks like you hit a deer. Takes a couple pictures with his little Polaroid or whatever. Snap. We'll get back to you in 3 to 4 days. Bam, I had a check like next week or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's adjustment. You've got a video. Like the tanker it's still there. Just go by and snap some pictures. You don't need a Polaroid these days. You got digital. You can take all the pictures you want. You can be like, what's that famous photographer? I can't think of his name. Anyway, that's not important. We're not here to talk about famous photographers. We're here to botch words today. But yeah, you take some pictures, you look at the video. Here's me adjusting this crash. There's the tanker. Ooh, power goes down. Veers a little left, crash. Ooh, dang, shut down the bridge. All right, well, we'll be back to you once we get an estimate on how much all that costs. What does this take? Like a week? I'll give you a week. And then go to the bridge people. And by the way, how do you have a company that builds bridges? Because if I live in Maryland, like all the bridges are built. Nobody's building new bridges. Like every once in a while they might say, hey, we need to tear this one down, build a new one beside it. But like if I'm based out of Tulsa, right? And there's 37 large bridges in the state. Now I know there's little mini ones and all. They must do like a lot of little ones because all the big ones are built and they're not really like rebuilding the Brooklyn Bridge, or maybe they are, and I have nothing to do with what I'm talking. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just blathering at this point. But my point is this. Federal government shouldn't be paying for that crap. Maersk should be paying for all that. They should cut a check. They should, all the civil wrongs and everything, that'll be litigated down the road because, they did cause the death of many people, 20 or less, from what I am understanding. But that's further. That's civil. But as far as the idea, the Exxon Valdez, federal government need to pay for that. That tanker or that cruise ship that went down in like the Mediterranean, whatever happened, like federal government over those countries not getting involved in it. It's just dumb. And, I'm tired of ranting about it, but, just food for thought. But yeah, it's a political ploy. He's trying to, get out from underneath these poles that are killing him by doing good. Look what I did in Maryland to save these people. Yeah. Talk to Maui about that. Talk to, East Palestine. Y'all have a good one, Giddy.